Good evening, Neha. Good evening to everybody. I'm audible. Can you please speak whether I am audible or not? Okay. We will wait for a few minutes and then we will start. Please introduce yourself so that I can know that what are the categories or types of the audience I have so that I can deliver it accordingly. The session will be very interactive and will be very useful to the newcomers. Also, it is very useful for the professionals who do not mane, know to file income tax return in his own hand. Please write in the chat box how many knows me and know about my background and my credentials. Otherwise, I will skip this portion. Welcome, Vaishnavi. Now let us start. We have waited for 5 minutes, and as a true professional, we should be punctual in our every moment and in every assignment, whether it is a live event or whether it is a meeting with clients or anything else. We should be very much punctual. Let's start. Myself, CMA Olokesh Datto. I have retired from Coal India Limited after serving more than 30 years of service. I have been worked throughout in cost and budget, taxation, and closing of accounts. Before joining in Coal India Limited in 1988, I have served in Lovelock and Lewis as a group manager in Management Audit Division. And I have retired in April 2019. And after that, I started my own practice in the name of Alokesh Datta and Company. Now I am running 3 firms. One is my own Alokesh Datta and Company. It is a cost accountant firm. It's a partnership firm. We are having 10 partners and 9 branches across the India. Another firm is Alokesh and Associates. It is a proprietorship concern. And I am also a partner of RM Mansal and Company, a leading cost accounting firm in India. Also, I am partner of MP Turakia and Associates Indore-based firm. So I am basically a cost and management accountant, but doing tax practice since starting my practice. And I think that it is the high time to conduct an event on ITR filing. Many of the students connected with me in the LinkedIn or different platforms requested me, sir, please conduct a live streaming classes for income tax filing so that we can know the intricacy of the income tax filing. Today's class is not only on theoretical basis, it is also on practical basis. I will first tell the background and different sections and different aspects of filing of income tax return. Then I will go in the live for filing of return of myself so that you can learn how to file an income tax return. It is very easy, and I will tell you after completion of this event, you will be able to do the income tax return of yourself easily without the help of any professional. Someone can say that why you are teaching all these things to the person which is your trade secret. I do not believe on that theory because I know if I share my knowledge, it will go beyond myself, and junior people and the professionals who do not know how to file the income tax return can learn and be able to add their credentials and take work assignment on income tax return filing. But honestly speaking, I am giving you a very surprising bonus worth rupees 50,000. Who will sit and hear me till the end? It will be announced at the end of the session so that you will get some takeaway from this live streaming classes, like this event. Now let us start. I am start presenting. I think it is right time to present. Income tax filing is a crucial aspect of financial responsibility. What does it mean? If you want to file a income tax return, whether for himself, yourself, or for your client, it is your primary responsibility that there should not be any mistake or there should not be any wrong information in the income tax return. So it is a very crucial aspect of financial responsibility. And it involves a series of steps. I will discuss one by one. What are the steps you have to take in and what are the precautions, what are the precautions and what are the comprehensive aspect you have to consider to file a return correctly and timely. This guide will provide you a comprehensive guide, and as I have told that I will announce a bonus at the end of the session, and that will surprise you, and that is worth at least 50,000 cost. Please be with me and patiently hear and try to grab. If you have any question at any time, please written in the chat box. I will try to reply right now, or it will be a reply after end of the seminar, live streaming. Now, to start with, you have to gather the document, some documents you have to gather some document. Number one, PAN card. It is very vital because PAN card, you can have a income tax account through PAN card only. Form 16 or 16A, who are the service holder, they can give you the Form 16. That means tax deducted by employer, or 16A by other persons who are giving the services or to different organizations and deducted the tax. They will issue Form 16A. Aadhaar card will be authenticated for e-verification of the income tax return. We have also to gather the most important documents are 26 AS, which will be available at Traces website, AIS, Annual Information System, TIS, Tax Information System, investment proofs, that for savings particulars, balance sheet and profit and loss for business accounts, businessmen, and some detail, other income. What are the incomes which is not covered under Form 16 and 16A? It includes the bank interest, and it includes dividend income. It includes any other casual income, anything income entered in your bank statement, and you have to disclose it, whether you get it in cash or bank, it doesn't matter, but it should be disclosed. So these are the primary documents you have to keep in hand before filing to income tax return. These are the primary documents. After seeing or verification of this document, you can ask other documents also from the clients, depending upon the nature of expenditure he has incurred, or nature of investment he has incurred, or nature of income he has earned. Next, this is a very crucial point, and everybody tells, I have no taxable income, so I did not want to file the income tax return. This is a myth, but it is a wrong. This is a wrong myth. The person who has a taxable income, that means income total income over and above 2,50,000 must file the income tax return. But if you have less than 2,50,000 income, even if you have to file the income tax return in certain conditions, you have to file. Whether you have a taxable income or not, you have to file. I am telling the conditions under which you have to file income tax return even if you have not taxable income, that is 2,50,000 income. Even if you have income of 10 rupees, but one or more condition is satisfied, you have to file income tax return. If you are failed to do that, you will get a notice from income tax department. Please educate your client or know this crucial points so that you cannot have a misconception that I have no taxable income, so I need not to file. Most of the persons are having this notion. These are false notion, and I am telling you one by one the condition under which you have to file even if you have no taxable income. Number one, if you have deposited more than 1 crore in different current accounts in one or more more accounts or cooperative banks. If you deposit more than 1 crore rupees in one or more current accounts, please note current accounts and cooperative bank accounts. If you have incurred more than 2 lakhs rupees in foreign trip, that means you have traveled in a foreign country and expended more than 2 lakhs rupees, you have to file the income tax return. Again, if you paid more than 1 lakh rupees in consumption of electricity, your electricity bill throughout the year, more than 1 lakh, you have to file the income tax return. Again, another point is, if you deposit more than 50 lakhs in any savings bank account, then you have to file the income tax return. There are other conditions also. These are the 4 conditions. Again, if a person or businessman having 60 lakhs turnover, more than 60 lakhs turnover, but don't have taxable income, profit is 1 lakh only, but he has to file the income tax return. Again, if a professional like me having a 10 lakh turnover in any financial year, I have to file income tax return. If a doctor earns 10 lakhs per year, more than 10 lakhs per year, he has to file, even if he has no taxable income. Again, if your TDS or TCS has been deducted more than 25,000 rupees, you have to file the income tax return, even if you have no taxable income. If TDS and TCS is deducted more than 25,000, you have to file income tax return. And that is obvious because you have to get back your TDS or TCS. You have to take refund from income tax department because you have no taxable refund. You must have to deduct. In this case, everybody will file the return. Another point is that if you have any property in a foreign country, or if you are a beneficiary of a foreign property, You have to file the income tax return and show it in your ITR return. These are the 8 clauses under which one can have to file income tax return even if he or she has not any taxable income. Please rest assured, if you fall in this category, in any of the category or more than one category, you have to file income tax return. Any question? If you have any question, please write in the chat box. I will reply right now. No question. So I can go ahead. Now, when you go to file income tax return, you have to choose the correct ITR form. There are 7 ITR forms at present. ITR 1, Sahoj. What is Sahoj? ITR Sahoj is for salaried people having total income less than 50 lakhs and only one residence and no capital gain, but having other income from other sources. That means a salaried person having less than 50 lakhs salary, having interest income, and having one residential house property, they can choose ITR 1. 3 conditions should be, any one condition is violated, he has to file in ITR 2. That means if you have any salaried person by HUF having capital gain or having 2 residential property, one is self-occupied and one is rented, and salary income is more than 50 lakhs, he has to choose ITR 2. ITR 1 is not applicable for capital gain more than 2 residential property and having income more than 50 lakhs. ITR 3. ITR 3 for businessmen who have the business income has to file ITR 3. ITR for Sugam. This is actually created for presumptive income scheme. Under presumptive income scheme, there are 3 sections: 44 AD, 44 ADA, 44 AE. These are the 3 different sections dealing with presumptive income. Now, at this stage, one can say, what is presumptive income? Presumptive income scheme is introduced by Government of India for small businessmen who cannot afford to prepare the books of accounts, detailed books of accounts, and the taxability is determined based on their turnover. 44 AD is for any businessman. 44 ADA for professional like us, or 44 AE for goods carriage, transporter, etc., who are in the business of goods carriage, transport, etc. That is applicable 44 AE. The scheme is same. You have to show the turnover as per GST record. And if you taken the money in cash, you have to calculate your profit at 8%. Minimum profit will be 8% of the turnover. And if in case of digital receipt, it will be 6% of that turnover. While filing you under presumptive scheme, you will come across some other debtors, cashback balance, and your asset, anything is if you have keep in record. Or if you do not have to disclose it, that is also okay. That they will unexpected profit. That is every businessman should calculate his or her own profit. So, but the minimum profit should be 6% for digital receipt and 8% for cash receipt. So this is the term, and tax will be calculated on the 6% of turnover or 8% tax, whichever case in the case may be. This is the presumptive scheme in short. So Shubham is not meant for the person who is keeping detailed books of accounts. ITR 4 is for only small businessmen who are not keeping the books of account. I'll tell you one thing. Most of the contractor, because I'm a practicing cost accountant and dealing income tax return filing also, many contractor comes that, sir, I do not have any books of accounts. You file my return under ITR 4. So first question you have to judge, what is your expected profit? If you say something 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, then your first question will be, how you have derived this? Here is the cost. Most of the contractor try to deceive government of India to evade the tax. As a tax professional, true professional, we should check whether the party businessman is telling correctly or not, whether he is keeping the record, and in spite of that telling that I am not keeping the record to avoid the tax. Because if he has turnover is 1 crore, so what will be the 6% digital payment? 6 lakhs only, and he has to pay tax on 6 lakhs and take refund the TDS, whatever the deduction has been made from his bill. One crucial point is there. As a professional, we should check from 26A that how much bill he has received amount, and try to calculate as per industry norms what should be the profit of that business. In this way, you can have a knowledge whether the businessman or client is telling lie or wrong. If you have any doubt, I think, and what I am doing, I refuse this filing. I am telling that I am unable to file your return. Please go elsewhere, because I am understood that you are trying to deceive the government of India. Be an honest professional. I am 65 years old. I never cheated with government in any circumstances. I lose customer, I lose revenue, but still I stick to my principle. Without documentary evidence, without the correct information, I will not file a single return. That should be the principle. Now come to ITR 5. ITR 5 is basically for firm. Alokesh Dattan Company is a partnership firm. So I am filing under ITR 5. Here ITR 5 for firm, LLP, associate of person, BOI, AJP, and others. ITR 6 is for companies other than having exemption under section 11. ITR 7 for charitable institutions, political parties, scientific research institutions, universities, college, and other institutions. These are the 7 ITR forms. You have to choose between these, which is applicable for your client after getting all the data and information from the client. To judge which ITR is applicable for a particular client, you have to take sufficient data or information from him. Sometimes clients are trying to suppress some facts to avoid high tax liability. You have to cut that one also. To interrogate him, to get him exposed that no, you have to file ITR 5 or ITR 3, not ITR 4, because you have to books of account. And the limit is for ITR 4 is 2 crores. Above 2 crores, you must have to file ITR 3. The presumptive income can have a very crucial parameter, which is 2 crores. Up beyond 2 crores, it will be, you have to file them under ITR 3. Now, this is the tree of steps for filing income tax return. Number 1 step is, first you have to, if you are new to income tax portal, first time you are filing return, you have to create your account, register your account in income tax through your PAN card. PAN card, email ID, mobile number linked with Aadhaar. These are the minimum requirement for registering in your address, etc., is required for registering in the income tax portal. However, if you have an old person regularly filing, you have to go log in. Your ID is your PAN card in uppercase, and password is which you have fixed at the time of register. Number 2, you have to download from 26 AS, AIS, and TIS from the income tax portal itself. There is a link for downloading 26 AS, which can be downloaded from TRACES itself, and link will also go to your 26 AS, AIS, and TIS. What is AIS? I have discussed earlier, or annual information system. TIS, tax information system. These are the documents you have to download from the income tax department latest while you are filing income tax return. It will give you, it will be required for filing. Next, you have to fill the details in the income tax portal online. You can go for online or offline return filing. I am coming to that point while I am demonstrating the actual filing. You can file online, fill some data, save it, and after 1 or 2 days you will fill rest of that, and after that you have to file submit. You can file online or offline both. So you have to file. Next, you have to claim the deduction from the investment you have done. That means if you have paid income tax, you have paid in life insurance policy, or you have paid some bonds, NSC, etc., or NPS, you have invested NPS, anything like that. You have different. There are different sections. I'll discuss in later part. So you have to claim the deduction also, but be careful. Claim only correct deduction. Now income tax department has sufficient information. If you file wrong claim, wrong deduction, they will call. You will get a notice, obviously. Next, calculate the tax liability. After putting all the information, all the incomes and deductions, exemptions, you have to calculate the tax liability and put it in the right column. Verify the tax return. E-verification, right now, offline verification has almost gone. E-verification is there through Aadhaar OTP or EVS or digital signature, whatever the case may be. You have to e-verify the return. After that, verify, submit the return and e-verify. Verify the details, submit the return and e-verification. These are the 8 steps involved in filing income tax return. Whether you are filing offline or whether you are filing online or whether you are filing through a software. I am coming this point in the later stage of this event. Now, these are the deduction part. Deduction under section chapter 6A and deduction under section 10AA. I am tabulating it for better understanding. There are a lot of sections under Income Tax Act which may or may not applicable for all. Some deductions are not applicable for a salaried person. Some deductions are not applicable for businessmen. But overall, there are certain deduction pattern. And the first and foremost and most popular deduction is under chapter 6 is section 80C. Everybody knows. Provident fund, voluntary provident fund, LIC premium, PPF, etc. are coming under that. But there is a cap. Only 1,50,000 you can save directly from total income. And the net impact is, if you are in a 30% slab, is 15,000. If you are in a 20% slab, you will get benefit for 10,000. So the maximum cap is 1,50,000 overall under 80C. Under 80CC, triple C, pension contribution to pension fund, whether by your employer, by you. Under this, you can have the deposit deduction for 80CCC. 80CCD in case of NPS. 80CCD, if you have invested in NPS, National Pension Scheme, PRAN, you will get benefit 50,000. Maximum limit is 50,000 under section 80CCD. Here also there are 2 types of deduction. Employer can also contribute to a NPS. Employee can also take deduction, 80C. Each and having 50,000 limit. Section 80CCH in respect of contribution for Agnipath scheme. The Government of India has introduced last year Agnipath scheme, and if you invest in that, contribute to Agnipath scheme, you will get benefit 80CCH. 80D, it is for Mediclaim. If you have medical insurance, you will get benefit under section 80D. Maximum limit is 50,000. And 80DD, it is for dependent persons. Or that medical maintenance of including medical treatment for 80DD who are not getting reimbursement. Mind it, It will be applicable only for persons who are not getting reimbursement from his employer. $80 DOB in respect of amount paid on medical treatment, etc., for specified disease or alignment. There are cancer, retinal disease, in 8 types of diseases coming under that section. 80E in respect of interest on loan taken from higher education, educational loan, come under this. You will get a deduction. 80EE or 80EEA in respect of interest payable on loan borrowed for acquisition of house property by an individual. It is coming under income from house property as a negative figure. It will reduce your total taxable liability. It will be in under house property. It will shown under income from house property as the interest portion. And if you have no other element under section 80C to claim, the principal amount of the house loan, home loan, will also eligible at 80C, which I am claiming because I have no other parameter in claiming 80CC because I am a retired person. So PF, PPF, other things is not there. LIC is also not there. So I am claiming a principal amount of home loan under section 80 DD EEB. ठीक है. Next point is 80 EEB. What is this? It is introduced for encouragement of purchasing electrical vehicles. If you purchase electrical vehicles, you can claim it under section 80 EEB. 80G. If you donate some charitable institution, Ramakrishna Mission, Bharat Seva Sangha, you will get deduction under section 80G. But proper receipt is there, has to be there, and the person who is taking the donation must file return in your name so that you can get the benefit. Don't take false receipt from anybody by giving some money under to claim 80G. The income tax department is clear, smart enough to catch hold of you. 80G deduction is very vital, and everybody tries to get that receipt from XYZ. But you must be verify whether this organization who is issuing this receipt is still alive, still entitled to issue that receipt as on the date or not. If it is not, just reject that receipt. You should not take into that consideration. 80 GGA in respect of donation of scientific research and development. It is for businessmen only. It is not for your sorry. These are the nutshell deduction under section chapter 6A. There are also other deduction. 80 JJAA in respect of employment of new employee. What is this? When an company deputed taking interview for employment, new employment, government will give some moratorium 3 years for 3 years for some deduction under this section 80 JJAA to encourage the new employment generation. 80 RRB in respect of royalty and patents. This is also for businessmen. 80 QQB in respect of royalty income or other auditors of certain books and authors of other books other than textbook. you can get deduction under this section for certain criteria. Deduction in respect of other income, 80 TTA, savings bank interest, interest from interest income, 10,000 for normal person and 50,000 80 TTB for senior citizen. I am getting 50,000 benefit out of interest earned during the year. And another is a special discount, 80U. 80U for a special disabled person. For claiming this deduction, you must have the certificate from the district civil surgeon and mentioning the percentage, 75% or 100% or 25% or 50%, depending upon the percentage, the value of the deduction depends. These are the different types of deduction. Other than chapter exemption, exempted income under section chapter 10, section 10. Other than section 10, these are the deduction generally we are having from different persons, whether he is a businessman or whether he is a salaried person or HUF or association of person like this. Broadly, this is the classification. I have tried to cover all the deduction. If one or two is missing, please excuse me. Next, till now we have learned what are the documents we have to require, how to choose the ITR form, what are the deduction we have to consider, what are the steps to file income tax return. Now, there are one question comes, whether I have to file in old regime or new regime. You will see in the screen that there are two slabs I have shown under old regime and in new regime. Under old regime, up to 2,50,000 there will be no charges, no tax. From 2,50,000 1 to 3 lakh, 5%. 3 lakhs 1 to 5 lakhs, 5%. 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 20%. 10 above 10 lakhs, 30%. Sorry, 3 lakhs to 5,000, 10%. It's wrongly printed here, 10%. But in new slab, up to 3 lakhs, there will be no tax. After 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs, there is a 5% tax rebate under section 87A. And 6 lakhs 1 to 9 lakhs, 10% tax rebate under section 87A up to 7 lakhs. The government is disclosing that if in the new regime, if you have income up to 7 lakhs, you have not to pay a single rupee tax. After 7 lakhs, you have to pay the tax. After 7 lakhs to 9 lakhs, 10%. 9 lakhs to 12 lakhs, 15%. Next slab is 20 lakhs, 20%. Next slab is 30%. These are the new regime. Now, another question. These are that is tax slab as per Income Tax Act Assessment Year 24-25. Nothing else. Nothing to be learned. This is inbuilt. You will have this table anywhere. But the crucial point is that what is old regime and what is new regime. That I will discuss in my next slide. At old regime, you will get standard deduction. You will get all the deduction, exemption, everything. But in the new tax regime, you only get standard deduction, no exemption, no deduction. But tax slab is low, as seen in the previous slide. In the old regime, tax rate is high, but you will get every benefit, every deduction, exemption, everything. But in new regime, tax slab is key, rate is low, but you will have to forgo your deduction, your exemption, etc. Now one can raise the question, how I will choose it and what is most beneficial to us. We tax professional are comparing. I'll show you in the latter part how we are choosing the old regime or new regime. In this connection, I want to tell you one crucial point. For salaried people, you can change everywhere, every year, old regime, new regime. But for other than salaried people, you can shift from one regime to another regime. But later on, you want to come back again in the previous regime. That will be like once in a lifetime. That point must be taken care of. For salaried people, every year you can change the regime. But for other persons, you have a option, you have a restriction. You have change once and then come back once. That's all. And you have to stay on that regime only. You cannot have the option. Now, how I will choose tax between old regime and new regime? The basic funda is, if you have enough deduction and exemption, you choose old regime. If you have don't deduction or exemption, you choose new regime. Simple. The persons like me having enormous deduction scope, so I choose old regime. The person like my daughter, who is also a chartered accountant, practicing chartered accountant, do not invest anywhere, and she has no savings, so she choose new regime. Simple. But for higher income group, I must tell, in spite of having deduction and exemption, for higher income, more than 30 lakh, 40 lakh, must choose new regime. It will be beneficial. I'll show you an example of mine. What are the difference? This is the tax calculation pertaining to myself. This is the actual figure. This is the actual figure. Nobody, no professional will show his income or show his tax liability, but I do not think that I can hide anything, because my slate is clean and I disclose every income of mine. Here you can see the comparative figure, old regime, new regime. And you will see that I have tax liability 57 point something in old regime and 87 in new regime. As because I have enormous deduction and claim it under different section, so I get benefited. I'm holding this screen for some time to see you the difference, where the difference is coming. The gross total income is different in two regime. Why? Because income from house property has been taken in old regime but not taken in new regime. That is the difference. Total deduction considered in old regime is 2,50,000 and in new regime 0. So that total income is 11,49,460 in old regime and 14,78,570 is new regime. There is a 3 lakhs gap. Again, income calculation of after calculating the income tax due is 69,806 in old regime and 97,412 in new regime. See that havoc difference. In spite of lower tax rate, the total tax due is massive, 30,000. Just see the structure and try to understand what I have told. And you will learn, you will have the knowledge where to apply old regime, where to apply new regime. This is the actual figure of my tax calculation. I have calculated it to show you all so that you can have the distinction between old regime and new regime. There is a very confusion between which regime is, has to take, which regime is benefited for a particular person. This is the figure at a glance. Now, next point is, what are the precautions you have to take while computing the income tax return? What are the precautions you have to take? Number one, ensure accuracy. You must reconcile, scrutinize the data with 26 AS, AIS, and TIS, and different deductions claimed by the client from the original document receipt, LIC receipt, NPS receipt, where PPF account details, bank interest details. You must verify and have that document. Just a minute. Now, so first point is, what are the precautions? First precautions is ensure accuracy. How you will ensure? You will have to reconcile from 26 AS, AIS, and TIS, and that documents to be produced before you. You ask if a person claim deduction in different section, you ask for receipt. And for ATG, you have to verify that whether it is a false receipt or not. It is your liability. I'll tell you one incident. One person at Chhattisgarh, Chirmiri area, giving every year refund to different his clients, and everybody goes to him for return filing. There was a complaint in the income tax department by anybody, or income tax department understood the tricks. The person is now in jail, and the persons who have taken return since 2019 are loitering here and there to patch up this war, because they have got notices to refund back to deposit the refund with interest. Some of them have come to me. I refused all of them because they are all corrupted persons. Don't encourage any corrupted person. As a true professional, we should not encourage any corruption or evasion of tax. Tax planning is something else. Tax evasion is something else. You can do for tax planning. I am also giving the consultation for tax planning, but don't go for tax evasion. you will be caught one or another day. Don't indulge for taking 2,000 or 1,000 rupees fees. Don't injustice to your professionalism. Claim valid deductions without any documentary evidence. Don't allow any deduction. File on time. I'm coming in the next slide. If you not file on time, what will be the penalties? Keep proofs handy. If you are filing your return on behalf of your client, or if you filing your own, you have to keep all the documents in your file, tax file, so that if you get a notice from income tax department, you can show the claim you have done as a deduction or exemption. You can show that documentary evidence to them. Otherwise, you will be put into trouble. My next slide is interest and penalties. Interest and penalties are that if you do not file your income tax return within the due date, you have to charge 1% per month interest, simple interest. What are the due dates of filing? Due dates of filing for everybody in 31st July, except who has to do his accounts audited. Other than all the persons, the last date is 31st July. This is under section 234A. Another portion is that penalty or interest, whatever you call, 234B. If you do not pay 90% of your assessed tax, that means tax assessed at the end of the while you have filed, 90% within the financial year, you will be charged 1% per annum for delayed interest, delayed payment of advance tax. In this connection, I want to tell you that senior citizen is not compulsory deposit advance tax. They are exempted from income tax advance tax process, but they have to pay within 31st March all the tax as assessable tax. That time period is payment of advance tax is on or before June 15, 15% of the advance tax. On or before 15 September, 45%. On or before 15%, 75%. On or before 15 March, 100%. This is the time limit set by the income tax department for depositing advance tax. Everybody except senior citizen has to deposit advance tax in this ratio. 15% of advance tax means total tax. You have to calculate the estimated tax liability of your after considering all the deduction exemptions, and 15% of that tax liability should be paid within 15 June, 45% up to 45% within 15 September, up to 75% within 15 December, up to 100% within 15 March. And if you defer this date, if you do not deposit this, you will be penalized under section 234C, that is 1% on the shortfall amount in different dates. This is the calculation. Income tax department has a mechanism after while assessing your return filed by you, they will have that mechanism to catch hold of you whether you are for section 234B and 234C is applicable to you or not. Another section is 234F. If you do not pay within the due date, that means 31st July for other than audited account, who are liable for the audit in 31st August and October, and for other 31st July. Up to 31st December, the penalty is 5,000. After 31st December, taxable income is more than 5 lakhs, it will be 10,000. That means if a person like me file income tax return in 1st of August, I'll have to pay 5,000 rupees. However, there is an exception. If your total income does not exceed 5 lakhs, income tax department is considered the penalty only for 1,000 rupees. These are the different scenarios of interest and penalties. Now, I am stopping this slides. Right now, I am going to show you practically by demonstrating how to go ahead with filing of income tax return, for which you are sitting here. And please do not leave this event. At the end of the event, I will announce a bonus or surprise announcement worth rupees 50,000. Please be seated and take the benefit of that. That is a surprise to you, and you will not believe what is waiting for you. Now I am stopping this slides and going to go for live demonstration. This is the income tax portal. If you want to file yourself or for your client, there are 3 options. Number 1, you can log in here and file online income tax return step by step. Another way is you can do it offline through the utility tools of the income tax department. And third one is through software which we are using, ClearTax or CompuTax. These are the 2 leading software through which we are filing income tax return, because we have to file a number of returns within a month, so we don't have that much of time to go for that scrutiny and all these things. We are going by the software, and our staffs are acquainted with that software. I'll show you all the 3 options. Now, if you go through login, just log in. I have an account. I am going to log in. Put income tax department, put check here, give the password, click continue. My portal is open. See my name, Alokesh Dotto. This is my profile. Now, if you want to file online, you have to go to e-file portal. Here, income tax return and file income tax return. You will land it here. Here you have to select the assessment year. For this, assessment year is 2024-25, and we have to select online because we are right now filing the return online. Click continue. You are landed here. I have tried resume return, start new filing. I'm not going to resume return. I'm start new filing. Here you will get three options: individual, HUF, and others. As per my profile, I have three options. If it is a company's profile or firm profile, I will not have these two options. Now, as I am an individual, it has been pre-selected individual. Let's continue. Select ITR form. I am filing ITR 3 because I am having a business income, and because I am saying that I have a proprietorship business and having salary income, long capital gain income, every income is there. So I am selecting ITR 3. Proceed with ITR 3. Here is a question. The default regime is new tax regime. If you have go for old regime, you have to change it. Now you will get ready. Let's get started. Now they are questioning, are you filing income tax return for any of the following reason? Taxable income is more than basic exemption limit. For me, it is exempted. And that there are the other option. Second option is for the person who are not having the basic taxable income but have to file the return under the certain clauses which we have already discussed. They have to choose second option. And for other, now I have to go to continue. Now, in this way, I have to file Part A, General Schedule A, General Information, Schedule 5A, this one is a continue. Part A is General Information. It is not applicable for me. I have to continue. Again, proceed to schedule question. In this way, you have to देखो, as there is a new tax regime, different years within the due date. Here you will have to give some question, yes or no. As the new tax regime is default tax regime, assessment year 24, have you filed income 10 IE for exceeding? No. I have filed in old regime. So default regime is default. If I have to file under new regime, I have to file 10 IEE one statement so that I can have this point. As I have to go for old regime, I skip this question. And go for continue. Part A, Part B, nature of the business. As because as I am a you have to give every detail, balance sheet, manufacturing account, trading account. As I have chosen ITR 3, there is a business income and profit and loss account, and I have to fill all the details. Balance sheet, profit and loss, these are the simple format. I am not going in detail, and you have to file as per this one. Schedule, details of depreciation, plant and machinery, and like this. Part B T1, computation of total income, like this. You have to go add more schedule. If you have other schedule, you have to add many schedule of that. So in this way, you have to file income tax return online. One by one, you go step by step, and every step has been clearly instructed, well defined, so you don't have any money option. Now, if you want to go for offline portal, if you have go for offline portal, I've just log in, log out. Go to home page. Now, if you want to file income tax return more easily, you can download this utility from here. Download utility. Depending upon the utility, ITR 1 to 4, there is a one utility. ITR for ITR 5, there is another utility. For 6, another utility. For 7, another utility. You can have to download the utilities in your computer, and you can go ahead with the utility. How you can go ahead with that offline utility, I'll show right now. This is the place from where you have to download the utilities of different offline utilities. Now I have already downloaded the utilities from that income tax department. I will show you this utility. This utility is ITR 1 to 4. Little bit different in different utilities, but almost everything is shown. If you run this utility, it will be in a zip folder, and you have to extract the file, and after that installing the utility, you will have this screen. This is the screen desktop utility. Just click on continue. You have to go for file return. Download pre-filled data. Income tax department giving an option to have you some data pre-filled. But rest assured, you can edit that data if it is not suits you, or if it is a mistake, if there is a mistake. Download pre-filled data. Continue. Yeah, here you have to go for PAN card number. Again, I am giving my PAN card number. Select assessment year 24-25. Proceed. Just giving credentials. Again, I have to go login. Password. File return. Individual. Continue. Select ITR form. ITR 3. Proceed with ITR 3. Same question. Let's get started. Now, again, this one. Continue. You will go again with that situation. Continue. Keep this question. Provide confirmation. You have to provide this confirmation one by one. Choose a date of commencement of business. Like this, you have to go one by one. This is offline utility. Using ITR utility, you will go by this. Cheese is same in whether you go for online or offline. The same thing is you have to do in both the ways. But we do not go in this lengthy process. We go for income tax return through clear tax or computer. I am using clear tax. I'll show you that also. somehow clear text is not opening right now. I'm sorry, I'm not able to show you, but it will be much easier to file through income tax return. Only first year you have to put some data, and all the data will be stored in the clear text, and you have to just put upload 26 AS, AIS, and form 16. The data will be fit in the different fields automatically. That is the time saving option. And after that, uploading 26 AS, AIS, and form 16 for salaried employee, you have to put some other income if there is any other income or claim, and file the return. Only hardly 15 to 20 minutes required for filing a return. Nothing more than that in clear tax return. Now, I have come to the end of that portion. I'm again coming back to my slides. Where I have stopped. Now time has come to announce the bonus. How many are ready to take the bonus? Excited? Now I am not lingering the thing, just like other YouTuber or other professional, because my courses is absolutely free of cost. This is absolutely free of cost of my teaching. You will learn Tally Prime, tax planning, tax management, income tax filing and assessment, reply to notice and appearance to tribunal, GST return, litigation, reply to notice, and other compliances. You will get it. This is my return. I am sharing one Google form. If you want to have the this is the bonus from my side. If you want to have the course free of cost, absolutely free of cost, just put a direct message in my inbox, giving your contact number, email ID, and the qualification. In my message box in the LinkedIn, the class will be started from 1st November. The classes will be started on 1st November, and it will be basically on Saturday, Sunday. It will be completely free of cost, and I will teach you Tally Prime, tax planning, tax management, GST, income tax, everything. Whatever a accounting professional wants to know, I will teach you all these things absolutely free of cost. The person who want to teach, who want to learn, give me a direct message to my inbox, so that I list out the persons who are coming. Within the time limit is within 30th September. Within 30th September, just direct message me. I will note down all the names, email ID, and local qualification, mobile number, and give you the schedule. The classes will be held in Zoom meeting, Zoom platform or Google Meet, and I will teach you every aspect honestly, and I will help you to become a true professional like me. Thank you and good night for patience hearing me. Thank you and good night once again.